married with technology and science and all in between. So that's actually the focus of our conversation. We're bringing up the CEO of Pocket Food, Omolara Olalerin. She's joining us via Zoom from Birmingham. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Soil scientist to tech innovator. Walk us through that for a moment before we get to the crux of the matter.
All right. So I think I've always known I was going to be a business owner right from my childhood. I was someone that wanted to have more disposable income. You know, growing up in a strict home and a home that's tight on cash. So I've always known I was going to be into business. So fast forward to my second year in university, I started my first business, and interestingly enough, it was a mobile app. So in university, FUNAB, I started an app called Jack App, and the app was basically an on-demand marketplace for students by students. So that was where my journey as someone that wanted to lead product company, someone that wanted to be a startup owner. So since when I was in 200 level, I started that till I finished school. I had to close down due to graduating and not being able to have funds to keep it going. So since then, immediately after graduation, I started working with startup companies, product-led companies, and just sort of kicked off from there.
So Pocket Food is that meal planning site that you can go to, for your lunch interventions, right?
Yes.
Help us understand how you were able to identify that need and how that need is now being fulfilled right now.
Thank you very much. So I started working, like I mentioned, with different companies. And one thing that I noticed that was a constant is that companies in Nigeria hardly provide food for their staffs, right? Except you're working in a multinational or a big bank. Not even all banks, if I'm correct, provide meals for their staff. So where I used to work was deep into Ikeja GRA, and there was no canteens, no buka. If you wanted to eat, you had to order food online, right? So consequently, the more I worked with different companies, the more I saw this singular problem. Look, your office they won't provide lunch for you, right? And I tried to find out what actually is the problem. Why is this so compared to other countries? Why is it that employers do not provide lunch for their staff? Right, so I identified a lot of problems. There's vendor management, food quality assurance, the different taste of their staff, right? So this is a problem, and there was no current solution, right? So mostly it was just food deliveries where you have to go and order food and everything. So I came up with the idea of Pocket Food while I was working in one of my companies. So I saw that, okay, you know what, why not just get a private chef that will handle your meals from Monday to Friday. So the idea behind Pocket Food is the idea that you don't have to go to order food every day on your online food deliveries. What you can do with Pocket Food is that one day at a time, one day you could just come on Pocket Food and just get your meals from Monday to Friday, schedule your meals from Monday to Friday. We get our private chefs, we get our restaurants to make these meals for you. We get to deliver to you at your workplace, your office, at home. So what Pocket Food does right now is that you can create a weekly meal plan and get it delivered to you. So you don't have to worry about your office providing you lunch or having to worry about where to get your meals, how to be cooking from home and everything. So this kind of snowballed into our B2B arm of business, where now we are now the corporate catering partners to offices, right? So we've been catering to some of your known companies since early this year, right? So we've been providing food to their staffs. that the staffs are able to create a meal plan and we're able to deliver these meals to the offices.
You know, Omolara, the purpose of this conversation really is to encourage other entrepreneurs, young Nigerians, really. A lot of people see problems, see challenges, they talk about it, they're angry about it. Some people are depressed, some people make the decision to japa because of that. But it's said that those challenges, those problems are opportunities, really, because someone will pay to have that problem fixed, or at least to reduce the impact of that problem or challenge. So it's interesting to see how you've been able to turn that pain point into a paying point, because I imagine that you are being paid or you're getting a lot of money, and I've seen you built a team around that. But I'd like you to walk us through how easy, and I use that word, how easy it is to start and scale up. Some of those wonderful experiences you had, you know, some of those days you said, you know, I'm not doing it again. Some other days you said, okay, I think this is making sense.
Well, entrepreneurship is not easy. It's a mindset thing. It has to be something that, you know what, I'm doing this and I'm going to do it right. I'm going to stick to it. This is my brainchild. So being an entrepreneur is not all roses, as everyone will know, right? The holding factor is that you have that mindset that you want to persevere, you want to continue, you want to keep doing it, right? And first and foremost, you need to have the mindset of a builder. You have to have the mindset of a problem solver, right? Because yes, right now in Nigeria, there are thousands of problems that are looking for solutions. They're looking for people like you and I that can provide solutions to that, right? And building in Nigeria is a very difficult climate. It's kind of a difficult climate, especially for the food industry right now, right? And it's just that perseverance that I want to keep at it. I want to keep doing it and finding ways to make it happen. Some of the challenges I faced, because quite soon after starting Pocket Food, I got into a school in UK, one of the schools I've always wanted to go. So I took that up and I went to school in UK. And you know, building from UK was not very easy. And one of the things that helped me was building the right team. Right? If you want to build in Nigeria, even outside of Nigeria, make sure that you have the right team. And this is actually very difficult, but if you are able to pull it off, you'll be good to go. Right? So challenges I faced or I overcame was building the right team, and I'm thankful and lucky that I was able to do that. Right? People that worked with me were able to ensure that Pocket Food was able to get to where it was going to. Another challenge is logistics and everything. And one of the things I did to overcome that was effective partnerships.
So let's drill down on two things you've mentioned. When you were building your team, what exactly were you looking for? Because people can say, build the right team. How do you find the right person? So the quality you look out for in the first place, and then that delivery service. So that, have you ever been in a situation where your client calls you and say, the chicken you sent to me is half, because delivery man has helped himself in part of it? Because we've seen those things.
No, thankfully.
So just walk us through how were you able to build the right team remotely without being present, and whether you've had any incidents of delivery people playing a quick one on you, or you have your own delivery service.
Okay. So in terms of building the right team, I think first and foremost is to look for people that think like you, find that founder's mindset. Right. One of the things I did was to find someone that was more intelligent than me and had that founder's mindset. Right. And then subsequently, adding more team members that has that mindset. Yes, definitely you do the interviews, you do but I think something about me and most people that are intuitive is that once you interview someone, once you speak with someone, or even if you work with someone for like 2 days or 3 days, you know if they would last with you. You know if they're worth to be in the team, right? So one thing I did was I used to have like 1 week probation. I usually tell anyone that enters my team for the first time that your probation is not 3 months, your probation is not 2 months, your probation is 1 week. In 1 week, believe me, I will know if you are going to be a solid part of the team or if you're going to be kicked out, right? So give it for anyone that owns a business and you're serious about your business, wherever you work with, there's this antenna that you should always have, that you know if you're working with the right person, right? And I look at different things. I look at are they self starters? Do I have to tell them what to do before they do it? So there are some things that you know, and they'll be able to help you, choose right. But first and foremost, choose founders' mindsets, right? People that think like you, people that are more intelligent than you. And moving on to your second question, when I mentioned that I had these challenges, I meant in terms of, delivering fast enough, delivering early enough, because
My apologies. I know you have a lot to say, but we've learned from you. 1 week, I've never heard of 1 week probation. Yeah. You must have some, I think being a woman plays a key role in that, in terms of having intuition. I don't know whether men really have that capacity, but Omolara Olarin is the CEO of Pocket Food, joining us from the United Kingdom. Thank you so much for coming on the program, and good luck.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's going to be the last leg of the program where we'll bring you a singer and songwriter. Join us again.